competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
The following programme is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
The world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now!
How do you like it? On the show, so aggressive, so focused.
It all comes down to this.
Fight Night, only on DAZN.
Hello and welcome to Birmingham, where hometown Olympic gold medalist Galal Yafai is top of tonight's DAZN bill. Before then, plenty of local fighters coming up here on Before the Bell, alongside the unbeaten and fast rising star Giorgio Visioli. And here is the Before the Bell fight card: Aaron Bowen versus Mikola Vuk, Giorgio Visioli, future superstar versus As Duget, Ibrahim Spider Silliman versus Brian Phillips, and Hamza Udin versus Leonardo Blanc opens Before the Bell. Look what I've got with me tonight, my old mate, Dave Allen, the White Rhino.
Back together at last.
We are the dream team, reunited.
Yeah, something like that. I think we went one-on-one.
Brilliant card we got for you this evening. I can see David Diamante in the ring, just giving the introductions. Hamza Udin versus Blanc. So let's hand over to our MC for the remainder of these introductions.
Charge is Matt Harris. Introducing your third man in the ring at the sound of the bell, from Wolverhampton, referee Ryan Churchill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he was blue with white trim. He scaled 8 stone, 2 pounds, 9 ounces. Professional record, 8 victories against 2 defeats. He has 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the 2016 Olympian, fighting out of Concordia, Entre Rios, Argentina, Leandro Moscolito Blanc. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He was the tiger print with the red and black trim. He scaled 8 stone, 3 pounds, 7 ounces. Professional record, undefeated, 4 fights, no losses, 1 win coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Walsall, here's the former 8-time amateur national champion, the 7-time international gold medalist, Hamza, the Great Udin.
Okay, lads, you both know the rules, so keep it clean. When I say break, you stop boxing, take a step back immediately. Protect yourselves at all times. We've got 8 rounds, touch gloves.
Well, 5th outing for Hamza Udin on tonight's opener on Before the Bell against, as Diamante said there, 2016 Olympian Leonardo Blanc.
For the first round.
We were just saying during those introductions, 8-time national champion, 7-time international gold medalist as an amateur, Dave, developing nicely as a pro.
Yeah, I think he's a very good fighter. I think Blanc, while an Olympian, was boxing at minimum weight 18 months ago. He weighed an 11-pound lighter than this only 18 months ago. So Udin, you know, it's only 2 divisions, but 2 divisions down at these kind of weights is monumental, I would say. So interesting. I expect Udin to be too big and too sharp at this stage, but a good match really, quite early on, I would say.
Yeah, agreed. So he's got the pedigree there, Blanc, but he does look bigger, Udin. Second 8-rounder for the youngster. Looking composed, relaxed, looking for the single shots there with the right hand. Not fought for just over a year, Blanc.
He's at the year out, and he's a natural 7.5 stone man.
Yeah.
Which is mad, really.
He lost fellow Argentinian Joel Contreras for the Argentinian title. He's done the rounds as well, so a good test nonetheless.
Yeah, I think he'll get 8 rounds. I think this fellow will start to come into it as we go on. But Udin really, he puts in well, you know. He's had a lot of amateur experience, 8-time national champion, you know. So while he's only had 4 pro fights, he's the kind of kid you can move on quite fast.
Yeah, nice and composed start, and we've seen that in the past. Lightning speed with the hands, feet. Just getting caught as he pulled out of range there from Blanc.
Yeah, he caught with a straight left hand there, Blanc. He's jabbing Udin to the body. I think when Blanc jabs to upstairs on Udin's counting with the left hook, so Blanc, with that experience, has started to drop the jab to the belly a little bit more now.
Oh, that was nice. Just slips on the outside of the lead hand there, Udin. Look for the right to the body. Again, that speed, so impressive, Dave.
Yeah, Blanc can't afford, when you're the smaller, slow man, you can't afford to be leading with your backhand. You're asking for trouble.
Nicknamed Musculito.
What does that mean? Muscler?
Muscles, yeah.
Really?
Nice high guard from Blanc. Just tucking up as well, avoiding that shot to the body.
I think this is what Udin's got to do. It's not really the most exciting fight I've ever seen, but he's doing what he needs to do, really. I wouldn't want to give this Argentinian a foothold in the fight because it could get interesting.
Yeah, we've mentioned the pedigree that he has. Just up in the tempo.
If he keeps leading with that backhand, the Argentinian, he's going to get himself hurt, I think.
Good 1-2 there to finish the round from Blanc.
Early stage, all the Argentinian fellas know it's interesting after 3 or 4. It'll be interesting what happens.
Yeah, we've seen
corners, 10
a very
seconds.
good array of shots. Udin, and the uppercut's one of them, and he does need to be careful.
Seconds
Blanc.
out, round 2.
But into the second round we go. Udin straight to the centre of the ring, meets Blanc. I think one of the tough tasks, Dave, in this fight for Udin is to try and get Blanc to lead, get him to let his hands go, get him to throw that left hand of his so he can look for the uppercut. He's reluctant at times, you know, he's using his experience to sort of, you know, pick his moments.
Yeah, the Argentinian fella's good. He started this round jabbing to the body. I wish he'd start doing that with the backhand because he's going to get himself knocked out. You can see he's very clever. And when you watch the Olympics, you as a Commonwealth Games gold medalist, you know yourself the kind of experience you have as a top level amateur takes you a long way. Even though he's only had 10 pro fights, Argentinian, but you can tell he's been doing this forever.
I'll give you that 20 quid in a minute for dropping that in there, Dave. Thanks. But there's that shot there, more to the body though, but starting to look.
There we go.
He's
leading with the backhand.
Yeah, really, really good work. That backhand, as you said,
he's not
from
fast
Blanc.
enough. He's not fast enough to do that.
Not fast enough, and falling over that front foot. And there are a couple of good, accurate shots to the body. Will he start firing through the middle?
It's a lovely job.
Yeah,
ooh,
lovely shot. And back comes that lead left hand from Blanc. See, he's always thinking, switched on. Udin, waiting for a mistake from his opponent, but you have to say, Blanc, he looks unfazed, looks comfortable, composed in there. And again, there's 2 of those left backhands.
Yeah, he's got to be making him pay for them.
Yeah, but look, quick feet, glide out of range, half a step, then look for that uppercut.
Yeah, I think he's very good, but I do think this Argentinian fella, He's there for that uppercut.
Really announced himself on the pro stage, Udin. Incredible debut stopping Santiago Sabo with a beautiful, well-timed left hand in the third. Nice little feint there, trying to pry out the shots from Blanc.
He's better when he feints and he jabs, isn't he?
Yeah.
A lot better.
Yeah, trying to unlock his opponent. But he's smart.
Lovely. There
That was
you
a
go.
beautiful jab, yeah. Lovely lead hand from Udin. Oh, a little low with that left hand there from Udin. Shaking the head from the referee. Left to the body, but there was a left hand upstairs, just exchanging shots. Starting to heat up in this second round between Udin and Blanc. Looking for the lead uppercut there from Udin, just missing with 2 shots, but as I say, the contest starting to liven up a little bit.
London life is all about living with differences. The opposites that attract, the riddles, the paradoxes, the exceptional and the contradictory. They're part of who we are. They make London what it is. You can feel it in the air. Cypress and Grapevine, Joe Malone, London.
Corners,
See if
10
he
seconds.
Listens, we're just seeing that they're saying
Seconds
switched
out,
on.
round 3.
Third round we go. Can he put a dent in this well-schooled Argentinian Mascalito?
You can hear the corner shouting feint, so they're telling him all the right things.
It's like he's heard you though. He's got his hands higher.
I like his hands like, yeah, you have to feint and you have to be patient. You have to have a good jab to hit these kind of fighters. And I boxed an Argentinian once, it was awful. I didn't jab, I didn't feint. I got mid punched him for 3 rounds.
Bracamonte.
Yeah, it was awful. That. I like him like this. I like him. I like what he does. That jab, got to feint. You got to feint off the jab. That's when the uppercut comes up there. Feint, jab, take your time, and then he can pull on that right uppercut.
What about changing gears, tempo? I'd like to see him just.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't think possibly with this Argentinian fella. I think the patterns are all the same. The Argentinian fella's circling around, he jabs, he throws the backhand. Have a risk it and throw the uppercut one time. Throw it before he even throws the backhand. Just risk it. He might throw it, might not. It don't matter.
Oh, there you go.
That's the shot. You just got to risk it sometimes. Throw it before he throws it. This Argentinian fella's he's doing all the same patterns. He's circling, jabbing, throws the backhand, again. You got to sometimes just go for it.
Oh, it's a nice left to the body. Seems to get a reaction there. This is good work, starting to go through the gears now, Udin. Certainly one of those left to the body seemed to trouble Blanc. And again, with that shot, look for the uppercut, but this is good work, starting to go through the gears, Dave.
He's nice and patient with it, though. He's remaining patient. Good jab again. Got to go back to the jab now, feint and jab again and wait again.
It's just a slight increase in tempo and work rate, and
difficult sometimes. If he keeps going and going and going, this fella's going to go in the box, and then it'll be next to impossible to get out of there. He's going to keep teasing him and tempting him.
Yeah, and you've called it, that left hand falling over the front foot. We see a moment ago when he threw that uppercut.
Yeah, there you go. You've got to risk it sometimes. You've got to bend his back knee and bring that right uppercut up.
Well, one thing we've seen with Udin in this fight and in the past, very good instincts and reactions, so he's able to do it. Looking for the uppercut there, but just leading with the shot.
Yeah, I think he's doing all the right things. He's taking the Argentinian's jab away, and the Argentinian throws a southpaw jab. Udin's catching it with his lead hand. He's knocking the jab down.
Another real opportunity there. He missed with the left.
There you go. He just start dipping now, bringing the shots up, either hand.
Yeah, he's really starting to make Blanc pay when he misses.
Got a jab there. Got a feint and jab still though. Keep feinting and jabbing.
Really starting to redden
good body shot. Beautiful body
face
shot.
of Blanc. Referee says no knockdown.
That was a body shot.
There was definitely a left, did go into the right side of Blanc. Doesn't look in too much distress as he went back to his red corner. Let's have a look here. And there was that first shot to the body, followed it up with another one. Dave, good work.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him. I think he's boxing really well. I think he's doing what he needs to do. I think to get the stoppage though, he's gonna have to be a tiny little bit more adventurous. And
did that one land?
I thought it was a scoring punch and he went over, so I would have scored it and knocked down myself.
Really starting to work that left to the body well. See the really good shot selection throughout that third round. We see an increase in tempo.
Corners,
we see
10
some more
seconds.
in this fourth round.
I don't think it's time to go through the gears yet. 3 rounds in, 5 rounds left.
Seconds out,
keep
round
doing what he's
4.
doing. Jab, feint, keep breaking him up, break him up, break him up. You don't want this guy to go into a complete shell. Then you are really, really going to be forcing it to get him out of there.
Well, as we say, fourth round of this opening contest on Before the Bell. And it is a good Before the Bell. Plenty of action to look forward to before we go over to the main broadcast at 7 p.m. this evening. Credit to Blanc, he's starting to let his hand go. A couple of
leading
jabs.
the head there.
Yeah, heads coming close together there. And that left to the body again, Dave. A beautiful, well-timed, accurate shot.
It's not a shot I particularly want to lead with myself, but he's having some success with it. He's starting to pour the left hand now instead of throwing the jab. He was jabbing the previous 2 rounds. I would like him to get back to his jab where it was nice and solid.
Is that a ploy to try and draw out the lead of Blanc, perhaps?
I would rather punch one in the face than try and win, to be honest. Let's start bringing the shots up as well. A lot of them are just going over the top of Blanc's head. There you go.
Yeah, good shot there from Udin. And he's starting to increase the pressure now on the front foot, starting to walk Blanc down.
Yeah, I like how he's doing it. He's really patient with it. It's nice.
They sold a few tickets as well to make themselves heard here at Resorts World in Birmingham. We're packed out here later for the potential fight before the fight for the Olympic gold medalist Galal Yafai. Lovely left hand from Udin upstairs that time, and then drops back with a left to the body, Dave.
Yeah, doing all the right things. The fella is tough. He is tough. I'd like DAZN just to get back behind that jab. It was solid. It was solid round 2 and 3. He's looking for that right hand now and left hook to the body when the success was all coming off the jab.
Good double jab there.
Yeah, the lead hook's nice and stuff, but got to be the jab. The other punches come off the jab.
In that opening round as well, he threw some really nice jabs to the body, stiff jabs to the body, and a little bit more variation with that lead hand, but as you say, boxing nicely.
He's boxing really nicely, but he can get in a bit of a rut sometimes. You know, if he doesn't start putting the jab in his face properly, he ends up following him around, just flailing away.
What do you think that is? Just getting too comfortable in a contest, perhaps?
You know what, sometimes as a boxer myself, I feel like when you're in control sometimes, you just think, I want to win this. I'm doing what I need to do to win. But as fans, as we are, I want to see him try and get this fella out there, really.
As we said before, it is his only second 8-rounder. So learning to manage the rounds and conserve the energy when needed. Nice slip on the outside there and landing another left to the body. It's not just the face, it's the body now of Blanc really starting to redden. Landing some heavy shots.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 5.
We're into the second half of this fight. Udin versus Blanc. Udin says he wants to be the first Bangladeshi British world champion. In his second 8-rounder, as I say. Blanc's actually won 10 rounds 4 times, so just the 10 fights. There's experience there. Has a good amateur pedigree, as does Udin, representing Argentina in the Olympic Games in 2016. Yeah, and the worry, as you said a couple of rounds ago, is just Blanc going into his shell could cause problems, or frustrations rather, for Udin.
Yeah, I think he has gone back into his shell a little bit now, Blanc. Udin, he was jabbing early and he was going about the right way. I think now he's had some success now with that left hook to the body. Now he just seems to be going back to it over and over. He had success with the lead right and he's doing that again. So
that was better variation. Left hook upstairs, right to the body. They went back upstairs, just changing the levels nicely.
I think he's a very good fighter, but I think the Argentinian is also very experienced and good.
Yeah, knows how to look after himself. Just on the back foot now. Again, good pressure. That was a nice left hook upstairs. And then changing the right to the body. That one looked okay to me.
They have been low. A few of them have been low, to be fair.
Referee just having a word with Udin. But the variation does up in the tempo slightly. Udin and making life uncomfortable for Blanc. And there's that backhand, as you're talking about. He's got to be careful, Blanc. When he throws that, walks onto a left hook there, but if he was to find the uppercut, which he does there.
I think Udin's really good, but 2 minutes into round 5, we haven't seen the jab. It's all been lead hook, lead backhand, and the lead hand has all been just pouring just to settle the left hook or the right hand, really. He has to jab more, I think.
Yeah, up and down with the shot, just dropping his hands here, trying to draw out the lead, I feel, from Blanc. He's not taking the bait too much, just picking his shots nicely, trying to be careful, just missing the shots. That's a lovely counter. Hook come jab from Udin.
The rounds are following the same pattern now, so you'd be surprised to see a stoppage at this stage, really. It's following the same pattern. Udin now is just fell into a bit of a rut, really.
Yeah, he's kind of in cruise control, and Blanc sort of knows what's coming his way slightly now, knows how to ride the shots, what to look out for. And
I think it was really good, but he's starting to lose a bit of his shape now. You know, starting to.
Oh, good work though from the youngster. Have a good round there for Udin. He really put the shots nicely. In a nice flurry, and
I think these shots are nice, Darren, but they're not knockout shots because they're not coming behind the jab. There's no solid base, and he's just kind of touching the lead right hand out.
Yeah,
got to come behind the jab. Got a solid 1-2.
Had a stoppage since that debut, as I said.
This fella has been stopped at minimum weight in Argentina. At super flyweight, you want to. You know, you've only gone the main shows, the main cards. You've got to be getting this fella out of there, I think. As good as Udin is, I want to see him get these guys out of there.
Well, it is the entertainment business.
I think to push on at these kind of weights, you really have to excite.
Well, still early stages in the young man's career, only his 5th outing. So a lot to work with, plenty to work on.
That's a better job, I think.
I feel, you know, when he's gone through the gears at numerous occasions during the contest, he seems to struggle, Blanc. So, as we said, he's been out the ring for over a year. That's a nice left hand, though, from Blanc. Could we see just a couple of phases, 2-3 shots go again from Udin, who leads with a left uppercut, follows it up with a right.
This is the time now, round 6, 7. I don't think you're going to get the fella out there in round 8, you know. When they start seeing the finishing line, it gets harder and harder. So this is the point now for Dean if he's going to get the stoppage. At this point now, he's going to have to start going through the gears a little bit.
An awful lot to like, as I say, you know, has all the shots in his arsenal, quick hands, feet, reactions, looking for a little angle there, just spun off to his left-hand side.
Going back to what I said earlier about being one pace, I think that's fine. Opening few rounds, get your jab going. But at this point now, it's still one shot at a time. We need 2, 3, 4, and 5 to get a fella out like this, Olympian, tough old man. You got to put 4 or 5 together now. One at a time ain't going to be enough, unless, like you say, it is that big one that you walk him onto.
Well, that's the shot you was asking for. That right uppercut, he's starting to unravel slightly. Oh, the left uppercut lands. This is good work from Udin. Just as you called for it, Dave. He's starting to up the tempo, put the shots together, and this is classy, Dave.
Yeah, this is good. This is what we've been waiting for. Really. I think he's going to get behind that jab and then go again. He's got a jab there. He's leading with a hook. It's just no good.
Oh, good counter left hand, followed by a right from Udin. Can he build on this? Can he keep working? He's stalking his man, trying to push Blanc back.
That's the jab there. That's the jab. There, that's the jab. He has to jab. You can't just follow this guy around 10, 15 seconds.
No, it's still just over 40 seconds to go in this 6th round. Can he mount another attack? Can he put the shots together? He's being smart. He's using his experience. Blanc just tying up Udin. He's moving, trying to stay out of trouble. Oh, beautiful double left hook there from Udin. Got to be careful pouring that lead hand. Blanc banging his gloves together, landing the left hook. Udin. Yeah, this has been better, just as you called for an increase in tempo, Dave.
Yeah, it's been needed. I think it's been needed, you know. But this fella, he's going to take some shifting. You know, I've been saying things like about Udin, about his jab and going through the gears. But this fella's not bad at all. The Argentinian, he's not bad at all.
No, not bad at all. And neither was this 6th round from Udin. Classy work, Dave.
Yeah, when he puts shots together, he's got fast hands, he carries a bit of power. The Argentinian fella's clever, really clever. You can tell he's been around a bit. Lead left up to the body, clearly likes that one, yeah, good shot.
Yeah, that was a good round, really
I just
good
think
round.
if you're going to get these kind of guys out of there, he has to jab there. You can't just sit and wait, you have to go with the jab, go again. Even if you're just taking the space with your feet and you're just being on top of them.
Just looking in the corner of Blanc there, I think they were complaining.
Corners, 10 seconds.
About heads, perhaps.
Seconds out, round 7.
Referee just asking for both fighters to tidy it up. 2 to go here in the opening contest on Before the Bell.
I wouldn't have said the Argentinian's been holding that much. That's all, really. If I was him, I'd have been holding a lot more.
Yeah, he's done the job at times just to move and stay out of trouble, but that 6th round was impressive. And can he build on it? Udin getting to work nicely. 3 shots. Looking for that left to the body again. And how will he respond? This is lovely work from Udin. Oh, beautiful left uppercut, followed by a right hand, and the referee jumps in. Fantastic result, fantastic win.
But a good stoppage and a great result.
From Hamza Udin, and you can see what it means from the young man. The first British Bangladeshi world champion is his goal. And that was a good win in the journey in becoming that from Hamza Udin. And when he puts the shots together, Dave,
I thought it was good,
operator.
Yeah. I thought overall it was a good performance. You know, he's only a young man, he's a good performance. A lot to work on, of course, but I think he's good. He's clever, does a lot of really nice things. The way that he took the Argentinian Blanc jab away was really, doing some really clever things with his lead hand. He was really, really good, but good stoppage. I think the referee maybe called that a bit early. What do you think?
Yeah, look, I think he was certainly troubled Blanc perhaps another few seconds, but I think the writing was on the wall. You see here going through the gears, and it was class. It really was a good finish. You have to say credit to Hamza Udin for taking this test in his 5th contest. That left uppercut, I mean, you've called for it throughout the contest, and yeah, perhaps a little early. You can see Blanc there unhappy with that, but
the uppercuts was always the shot, always the shot.
Blistering hand speed, great variation, and yeah, the right hand did get a reaction. You see the legs look slightly unsteady. You can see the way he reacted, Blanc, to the stoppage, very unhappy. So perhaps a little early, but still, he's got the job done. He's got the win, Udin, and he moves to 5-0 in impressive fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time of the stoppage, 37 seconds of round number 7. Your winner, he's still undefeated by TKO, Hamza the Great Udin.
That moves to 5-0, Hamza Udin. A very, very good display against Leonardo Blanc. Gets his 2nd stoppage in those 5 contests. And he moves on to bigger and better things. The manager, Sam Jones, and the team will be eager to get his charge back out again soon. Smiles all around Udin. Having a few snaps done with the team. And Diamante. And it was a good display, Dave, from Udin.
Impressive overall. Yeah, I thought it was good for his 5th fight. I thought it was very, very good.
Yeah, a smile from Udin as he leaves the ring. Happy with his performance. And like I say, look, tough test against a former Olympian, a guy with an amateur pedigree.
Yeah, that age boxing good fights. It's hard. It was easy for me, Saturday. I wasn't nowhere near as good as you, but you know what you need to see, but it's a different thing doing it. You know what I mean? Especially like of inexperience with the good fellas. So overall, I thought it was really good, but it's easy. I want to see perfection while I'm watching. that's what you're striving to see, I guess. So I thought it was really good overall. Yeah.
Yeah, really good performance from Hamza Udin, and so much to look forward to tonight. As we see the graphic on the screen there, winner Udin in his 5th contest. Yeah, live 7 p.m. this evening, the debut of TMA Aiton in Sara Osagi. Your mate Pat Brown in with Ivan Duka. This is a very good fight for the WBA International Super Bantamweight title. Peter McGrath versus Newt Baluta. Conor Walker versus Liam Taylor. And tonight's top of the bill, WBC Interim World Flyweight title, Galal Yafai versus Francisco Rodriguez. All live, 7 p.m. on DAZN. And we are ready for our 2nd contest very soon. But so much to look forward to as you scroll through Box Rec. Over to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the BP Pulse Live Arena here in Birmingham, we're set to go with a special 8-round super featherweight attraction. Now making his way to the ring from Liverpool, please welcome Brian Phillips.
Well, here is Liverpool's Brian Phillips. 12 wins, 4 losses. Not fought in over 2 years since losing to Reece Edwards. That was in March 2023. He's been around. I've seen him around the hotel all week. Been relaxed, calm, ready to put on a good display. I think he's intrigued to see how much is left, what desire is still there. He's not in with a soft touch here, an easy comeback. Ibrahim Sullivan, but yeah, Brian Phillips, lovely lad. Lost to Michael Gomez Jr. for Central Area title. It was a close fight, only lost by a point. Not a bad fighter at all, decent movement, good head and feet. 16 fights under his belt in comparison to just the 7 for Ibrahim Suleiman. They've been out the ring a couple of years, Phillips. You've been sidelined a couple of times. Strange getting back into the ring with the small gloves on.
Yeah, nearly 2.5 years. And Solomon's not the kind of fellow who will be coming in after 2 years out. Phillips was down at our gym sparring the other week, actually. It was a good fight. It was solid. Like I said, a close fight with Gomez. Been in with Reese Edwards, Jimmy First for the airy title. The only stoppage to Nick Ball. He's a decent fighter, but it's the time out for me is the big concern. And the fact that he's fighting a really good fighter doesn't help either.
Yeah, Suleiman, he's sharp, he's aggressive, he's spiteful, but you can see there, Phillips, he's pumped up, he's ready to go as we wait for Ibrahim Suleiman to make his entrance, to see some of Suleiman's fans behind us. They're ready for this one. Plenty starting to take their seats here at the BP Pulse Arena. We are ready for the intro of Ibrahim Suleiman.
And now entering the arena, please welcome Ibrahim Spider Suleiman.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد.
And here is the local man, Spider Ibrahim Suleiman. Flawless so far as a professional, 7 fights, 7 wins, 4 inside the distance. And he's a nightmare, he really is. Once he's got you in his web, very difficult to escape. Beat Raquin RK in his first 8-rounder, last time out. There's been some very impressive displays along the way. Knocked out Marvin Solano with a beautiful left to the body. There was a contest where he suffered a nasty cut against Kevin Trana. But a very exciting prospect in this lightweight division. Ibrahim Spider Suleiman looking to put another impressive display in front of his local fans here in Birmingham.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Birmingham, England, live on DAZN, we're set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored by Betfred, Drip, Riyadh Season, Tom Insurance, That Prize Guy, Victory Live, and Everlast. Introducing your third man in the ring at the sound of the bell from Wolverhampton, Ryan Churchill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears black with silver trim. He scaled 9 stone, 6 pounds, 8 ounces. Professional record, 12 victories against 4 defeats. He has 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Liverpool, please welcome Brian Phillips. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears pink with blue trim. He scaled 9 stone, 6 pounds, 4 ounces. Professional record, undefeated, 7 fights, 7 victories with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. He fights out of Birmingham, England. Here is the 4-time amateur national champion, Ibrahim Spider Suleiman.
Okay, guys, you both know the rules, so keep it clean. When I say break, you stop boxing, take a step back immediately. Protect yourselves at all times. 8 rounds, touchless.
8th outing for Ibrahim Spider Suleiman, in with Liverpool's Brian Phillips. Second fight here on Before the Bell.
For the first round.
And we heard in the introduction there, Dave, Suleiman, he sold some tickets. Popular young man.
Yeah, I think he's very good. It's one I followed for a while. He won the ABAs, I think, 23. Beat a friend of mine, Owen Durnan, in the final. A new experience for him tonight. He's had 7 fights. He's boxed some of the best, toughest, cleverest journeymen on the circuit. You know, most of them from abroad. Shot 4 of them, so you know he's well above the average. But tonight's a different task, isn't it? You know, that first time when someone has a pro, small gloves, Phillips is going to try and beat him. It's a new experience for him. Could play into his hands. You know, he's a counter puncher. He's fast. Interesting, yeah.
He doesn't look overawed at all, does he? Phillips, with the task in front of him, he's seen it all before at a level, and he's coming in with full ambition. That was a nice left to the body, and also a right hand, a straight right landed from Phillips, who's getting stuck right in here on the chest of Suleiman.
2.5 years out, when you fight like this, I don't think it matters as much, to be honest.
Oh, nice left hand. This is good work, though, from Suleiman, just pushing Phillips back. Hurtful shots to the body. Landing a lead right hook as well, Suleiman. Mixing fire with fire. Look at the reddening around the body of Phillips already. They need to be careful with that slow jab to the body, Phillips.
Yeah, he's pouring it. I wouldn't really call it a jab, he's just pouring it out.
Yeah, and these shots to the body, very, very hurtful. One thing we've seen in the 7 fights already from Suleiman is when he has you hurt, he does not let you off the hook. Just varying up that left hand there, Dave, looking spiteful, aggressive here.
As soon as Phillips goes on the back foot, it's game over, really. Whether he's going to go and survive for another 7.5 rounds or whether he's going to get, someone's going to get to him, I'm not sure, but it's game over. Phillips won't win this fight on the back foot. If he wants to win it, he's going to have to do what he just did for the first minute.
Can he do that 2 years out? Again, still sort of searching for that hunger and desire, how much is left. But it was a very good start, but starting to get pegged back a bit here, Phillips, from Suleiman. Oh, good lovely jab. Always looking for that sloppy mistake, Suleiman. That's another nice left to the body. It seemed to just bend the knees, and again of Phillips. He's under the cosh here. This is good work from Suleiman, who lands another left to the body, changing the direction now. But these are hurtful attacks to the body, Dave.
Yeah, it's the body shots that seems to be bothering Phillips.
I can see rapper and manager JK on his feet at ringside.
We haven't seen a right hook to the body yet from Suleiman, I don't think. They've all with a like a bowl or left hand to the body. I've not seen a short right hook to the body yet.
Getting a warning there for one straying low from Suleiman.
London life is all about living with differences. The opposites that attract, the riddles, the paradoxes, the exceptional and the contradictory. They're part of who we are. They make London what it is. You can feel it in the air. Cypress and Grapevine, Joe Malone, London.
Of a left to the body.
Yeah, the bowman with I'd like to see him shorten up the right hook to the body as well.
Yeah, just slipping and sliding, waiting for something to come out so he can counter it, Suleiman. And again, in the...
It's all with the left hand. All of it's with the left hand.
Just switching from time to time as well, and that
he has used his jab though. He has jabbed, yeah.
Corners, 10
that
seconds.
One there. He's really good, isn't he? He's good, yeah.
Really impressive and
round 2.
Exciting to boot. Into the second round we go, and gamely on the front foot. Brian Phillips in his 17th contest as a professional, as we've mentioned, myself and Dave, been out the ring a couple of years. Been in with some decent fighters, as we've said. Michael Gomez Jr. losing by a point. Reese Edwards, who we see putting a brilliant performance against Peter McGraw, who's on tonight's main card. Nice left hand, seemed to stagger the legs slightly of Phillips. And again, high with the left hand. He's showing real toughness here, Phillips, but this is a good onslaught of shots from Ibrahim Suleiman again. The menacing swagger that he has when he carries his hands low and just walks forward with not a care in the world. So exciting.
He is, yeah, I'm really enjoying watching that. So he's good, really good.
You get to a point now, you're Brian Phillips, you can't afford to throw anything sloppy here. You cannot be pouring out that lead hand, but showing lots of heart.
He's very explosive, Suleiman. So, for me, Phillips, once Suleiman has his little go, if Phillips wants to win this fight, he has to really put the pressure on, which is easier said than done.
Yeah, we've already seen not just the quick hand, but the reactions and footwork of Suleiman, so getting close to the young man. You're getting into that danger zone.
Yeah, I think more than the power, Phillips is struggling with the speed more than the power.
Good head movement there from Suleiman.
That's a nice body shot.
Yeah, with the right hand that he was asking for, then went back upstairs with a left hook. First. Real test, you could say. Albeit Phillips been out the ring a couple of years. Moving nicely. Again, you have to commend the bravery here and the will to win from Phillips.
Yeah, he's sticking in there.
He's sticking in there.
He is.
And he's trying to force the pace. He's on the front foot.
He just doesn't got the quality Suleiman's got. He just hasn't got the quality, really.
They really react to every shot he lands. Good right hand there from Phillips. Just a little wide with that left hook, Suleiman. Oh, but a lovely right hand from the orthodox stance to end that second round. Another good round for Ibrahim Suleiman.
Yeah, someone's trouble. I thought Phillips had a good round, really, after the first minute. I think he really plugged on there and just stayed in there and could get interesting. Still 6 rounds to go, a long time.
Well, he responded well, as you said, after that very impressive opening round from Suleiman.
Just the difference in speed and reflexes and everything's just night and day.
Oh, he was met with a beautiful right hand and again from Suleiman. He's in full flow at the minute. All ears on coach.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out, round 3.
The third one here. The BP Pulse Arena. Resorts World Birmingham. Ibrahim Suleiman. Brian Phillips from Liverpool. Again, Brian Phillips trying to look to hold the centre of the ring. Trying to get into this contest, game as they come. You just feel at any second, Dave, it'll be Ibrahim Suleiman just looking to burst into full flow, put his foot on the gas and let a flurry of shots go.
I think Phillips doing the right things now. He's just pushing him back. I wouldn't say forcing the pace so much because he is a bit worried about what's coming back. But
some feints there as well, just stopping Suleiman from.
Yeah, I think Phillips is doing some good stuff. He's really fit, Phillips, and he can tell. Really fit. Suleiman, we haven't seen a burst for a
no, we
round
haven't.
and a half now.
And is that the experience? You know, nullifying any work or stopping any work coming his way from Suleiman. Oh, head's coming close. Yeah, there was a nice right to the body. Just crouching down over that front foot, and the heads are coming close. As I said, we see.
When he works like that, he's really, really good, isn't it?
Good.
Really good.
About to say, as I mentioned before, that cut that he suffered against Kevin Trana was a terrible clash of heads. But yeah, when he bursts into action, joy to watch. Looking at that left to the body. Again to the Suleiman.
Good shot, Phillips again.
Yeah.
Lead right hand. Good
Yeah,
shot.
it was a nice right hand. Picked his moment well to throw that shot. Yeah, at times just knows when to stop the work from Suleiman. Feints, good work with that left to the body there. Tucking up nicely, good head movement. I was impressed with that, with the fights I've watched of Phillips in the past.
Good shot again.
Yeah, good right hand, just takes his head off the line as well to the left-hand side, just avoiding any threat coming back, just taking the sting out of that nice overhand right from Suleiman. If this does hear this bell for the third round and Suleiman does sit down on the stool, what are you asking from the young man?
Just get behind the jab. You know, we're not. You can't just go and go and go and go. When he goes in combinations, he's a joy to watch and he's top class. But no one can do that. So he has to jab. He's letting Brian Phillips get in the fight, in my opinion. Brian Phillips is getting in this now.
Oh, good work.
But Suleiman's allowing him because he's not using his jab. He is at times and it's top class, but he's not using it enough. And this fight could get interesting in a couple of rounds, I think.
Yeah, starting to heat up nicely. Brian Phillips starting to get into this one after a blistering start from Ibrahim Suleiman.
Phillips is good though. He's a good little pro, isn't he? Like he knows what he's doing. Same as the first fight, like the prospect. Like you expect him to win and shine, but
well, I talk about stars and future stars, and then there's the likes of this man here, Giorgio Vizioli. Not put a foot wrong so far. Really impressive in his start to his pro career. Never stopped anyone in the amateurs,
10
Dave.
seconds.
And he's dispatching of opponents.
Good, isn't he?
Yeah, very good. Two-time
Seconds
ABA
out,
champion,
round
two-weight
4.
ABA champion. Giorgio Vizioli. Up next from the former green and gold of Repton.
I wasn't a big fan of the southpaw switch there from Phillips, to be honest. I'm glad that didn't only lasted 8 seconds.
It's straight back to orthodox. Again, I think just trying to unsettle Suleiman, trying to stop the young man from working, getting into any sort of flow. Because it would have been disastrous if he would have followed up that first round with another like that. But
I think Phillips' team would have expected Suleiman to be, you know, winning the early rounds. But I think it's probably gone better than expected for Phillips. Really, he's had more success than I expected. Really, Suleiman he has to jab. It's nice, it looks nice, it's good and flashy, but you just can't beat a jab.
yeah, I agree. The most important shot in boxing, that lead hand. But I think
jab there, just jab.
I think he's just so desperate to hurt Phillips with every shot, isn't he? And he's just neglecting that lead hand.
Phillips has come to win, there's the difference. He's not going to get hit and shy away. He wants to win this.
Oh, a nice counter left to the body, though, from Ibrahim Suleiman.
Like that. You have to feint or jab or do something. You have to fill that space with something.
Exactly that. Fill in the gaps.
Like there, you can't just afford just to be standing still, not doing anything.
That's better. Look, when he throws that lead hand, look how sharp and accurate it just.
Feet are great. Everything's great. He just needs to do a little bit more of
And
it.
again, just knock back the head of Phillips. He stopped the Liverpudlian, letting his hands go now. Oh, just missing with that right hand. There's blood to the nose.
The best minute, I think. He's been jabbing and feinting, putting a few shots together. Ones and twos, like 6, 7s and 8s. What good 6, 7s and 8s for the 12 rounds of those? How many 12 punch combinations did you put together in 12 round fights?
12 punch combinations.
Yeah. I don't know. What was the most punch combination you ever put together as a pro, do you reckon?
Probably 6, 5 or 6. Yeah.
What was it?
Well, what do you mean? I did a flurry of body shots. Yeah, maybe 5.
Was he scoring punches?
Yeah.
Really?
I was the most accurate fight there was.
Mine's 1. jab, single backhand, one at a time. I think Sullivan's done better this round. I think he's done better. I think he's controlled.
Stop
Phillips
controlled it better. Yeah. From letting shots go. As I say that though, back comes Phillips. That was some good work. He started low there and finished high.
Yeah, I think Phillips is doing good, but I think Sullivan's had a better round here.
That was a good overhand right from Phillips, but back comes Sullivan. One thing's for sure, this is a really good learning fight for Ibrahim Sullivan.
Phillips is really giving it him.
Just looks at us at ringside here, big smile. Just slowly sat down on that stool there. Was there another body shot that landed? But he's as game as they come, and he's really having a go here and making a very good account of himself. Look, we don't know what Phillips' ambitions are in the sport, but one thing's for sure, and the up-and-coming fighters around this sort of level that Sullivan is, he's going to test you.
Oh, definitely. This is a great audition to be like the gatekeeper towards English, going up to British title level. He can fight, certainly a very good fight. I think the difference between good fighters and big title winners, the domestic ones, punch power and speed, and somebody likes a bit of that, but he has the skill, the toughness, the fitness, and he's still in this fight as well, I think, at halfway.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, making the young man Ibrahim Sullivan work to find the openings. Just taking a slow step back there.
This pace is going to suit Sullivan. When it's just turned into a boxing match, about hand speed. At this pace, it's about hand speed, isn't it?
But would Phillips want a high tempo, being out the ring for 2 years?
Does he want to win the fight? If he wants to win the fight, he has to. And I think he wants to win the fight. I just don't think he has the speed, the reflexes, the power to do so. This is suiting Sullivan. He can walk around, he can throw his jab, he can feint, he can look the part. He'll probably prefer a few combinations, but as it is, this is going 8 rounds.
Yeah, very.
Like with Udin, he wants to get him out of there, don't he?
Very difficult to compete when you're second best when it comes to hand speed. Foot movement, oh, that's good variation. Just finishing that 3-punch combination with a lovely right through the middle. Looking for the jab there, just blocking it well, Phillips. Nice high guard from Phillips, Dave.
Yeah, Phillips has started to slow down now. He put a lot into them first rounds. He has started to slow down. It's suiting Sullivan. I think Sullivan's throwing the backhand. He's leading with the backhand, following up with a lead uppercut, which is a good shot.
He's starting to come back with the body shots again, Sullivan. Really starting to sink them in. If anything slow comes his way, really making Phillips.
Boxing really well now. The pace is slowed down. He's boxing really well. Phillips. It wasn't Sullivan doing anything particularly bad. I think Phillips really pushed the pace early.
Yeah. Didn't let his hands go again. They're just missing with the right hand. But again, tucking up nicely, moving the head. Blood's coming from the nose of Phillips. And that's a nice left to the body, Dave, from Sullivan again.
I don't think there's too much left in Phillips, to be honest.
So a change of pace from Sullivan.
I think 3 rounds and 45 seconds is a very long time. 2.5 years out. I think he's really feeling it now. I think he's really feeling it. His punch output's gone to near 0. I think he's put a great effort in, but I just think the timeout now is really catching up with him. If I was Sullivan, in Sullivan's corner, I'm saying let's go through the gears now. This fella's not much left.
And we know that he has it, Sullivan. We've seen it in the past.
Yeah, put shots together.
Yeah. So nice. Yeah. Lead left there, shortened it up well, really accurate with the shot. And yeah, the slower pace, as you said, Dave, has suited Sullivan in this round, landing the cleaner shots. But again, Phillips on the front foot, gamely trying to put a dent in the younger man. Yeah, we're just looking at Phillips there, Dave, slowly sitting down.
It's going to be a very long last 3 rounds for him, I think. He put a great effort in. I think the timeout is really starting to feel it now. you can just see it. As a boxer, you can feel it. You can see it, that slow walk back to the corner there. You're going to have to really work hard to get through these last three now.
Yeah, as I said, there's that combination. He finished it with a beautiful right uppercut through the middle of the guard. Been a good guard from Phillips, but yeah, the slower pace there allowed this man here, Ibrahim Suleiman, to find the target with a single shot.
Yeah, the slow pace suiting him, but I'd like to see him go from that slow pace, up in it, then bring it back down. I think the lead up cut for Suleiman's a good shot off the backhand, but I think if he catches Phillips, then goes straight downstairs straight after that injection of pace, I think that's where we're going to see a stoppage.
Yeah, and it would be a good stoppage. It would only be the second stoppage of the 4 defeats that Phillips has suffered. The only stoppage has come to Nick Ball. That was back in 2018. It was in the second round. Ball's sick fight. He's had one more, has Suleiman, but nonetheless it would still be a very good stoppage, albeit out the ring 2 years. Phillips looking for a nice right to the body there, rather landing the shot. Oh, walk in, Phillips onto a nice check, right hook. And just again struggling with the speed. That was a nice sort of step to the left. Good exit from Suleiman. Oh, just leaning over the front foot, getting caught with another left uppercut, Phillips. And a left to the body. Will we see that change of pace from Suleiman?
That's all he needs, I think, now. That's all he needs, that change of pace.
You get the impression, though, he's enjoying himself, Suleiman.
I think he's boxing really well, yeah. I think he's a really, really big talent.
I must say, though, massive credit to Brian Phillips here. Even with a sharp shooting youngster who hasn't put a foot wrong, who's full of ambition, and you've been out the ring 2 years, to put a performance like this, trying to get on the chest. He tried in every round, hasn't he? But it's been the difference in speed and ultimately freshness as well. Good variation again from Suleiman, changing the levels.
Suleiman getting on about a foot now. I like a stoppage, Darren, do you know what I mean? Like, as much as I like Brian Phillips, you like to see stoppages, don't you?
I think that's what 99.9% of people that tune in or buy a ticket to boxing want to see. They like to see the dramatic finishes. Good 1-2, dropping the left to the body from Suleiman, taking a little step back and looking for varied work with that left hand. This is good, but back comes Phillips again. Walking onto a left uppercut though, Dave. Good work from Suleiman, backed onto the ropes.
A great effort from Phillips, brilliant effort. The quality, the difference in quality is just massive. You know,
night and day,
and all the fitness and all the rest of it. Suleiman is very, very good, but I just think if you're going to the top, you're getting Brian Phillips out of there now at this point. He's there for the taking, I think.
You are a hard taskmaster, Dave Allen.
Yeah, I know, I'm not even that good myself either.
Well, current form says otherwise, Dave. Good work though on the back foot, but back comes Phillips looking for shots. Walking onto an uppercut, just taking a step back, Phillips.
Yeah.
And he survives.
Oh, I thought he stopped it.
No, he survives the round right on the bell there, landing a good clean shot. I think they're saying that the shot may have been after the bell.
Didn't hear the bell myself, to be fair. Getting hard though, innit? Getting really hard now. I'd be thinking like 2.5 years out, you know.
But you mentioned it in that first fight, you know, you get to this stage in the contest, the light at the end of the tunnel's there. You can see the finish line.
This is only proud man. It's only going to get harder. He took the shots really well though, Phillips. He took them really well. Like, I don't think he's been hurt one time really.
No, only to the body, I think, in that opening round, but yeah, to the chin, he's taken the shots well. And look at this effort. Fantastic from Phillips. It really is. Nice counter left to the body there.
Round 7.
2 rounds to go in this contest. 2 rounds, you feel, Dave, for Brian Phillips to try and survive. And can he do that?
Yeah, Suleiman's miles in front. Phillips needs the stoppage. He's not getting the stoppage. There's only one winner from here. It's just, does he get the stoppage or does he win on points? I think that's the only thing we can... The heads have come close a lot, you know.
They have. And where does the stoppage come, Dave? If he is to get it, Suleiman.
I don't think he's got the power to hurt Phillips. I think Phillips is there for the taking. I think he's absolutely exhausted.
Well, you think it's a volume of shots and the referee jumping in?
This referee jumped in the first fight. Like I put my shots together and try and get him out of there. He's there for the taking. It'd be a great result because Phillips can fight and he's tough. But I'm Suleiman. Like I want to finish the show. Like I said earlier, if you want to get off before the bell and get on the big on the main card, you've got to get these guys out of there.
And landing a nice left hand there, but didn't follow it up with anything. Suleiman. Nice jab with that right hand.
Good, though. He's quality.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's good. Yeah, he's very good.
Very good. But you know, I would agree. As good as he's been, Suleiman, very, very good. Sometimes you just feel like you're waiting for him to get going.
Yeah. I want more out of him because I think he's capable of it.
Exactly that. He's capable of it, and when he does do it, it's so eye-catching. It's so good to watch. You just want to see more of it.
That's wonderful.
Well, I mean, that's the art of boxing right there. Avoiding the shots and firing back with counters.
I feel like he's in first gear all the time. And over 8 rounds, you can't be in first gear all the time. You can if you want, but if you want to go to the top and be on the big cards, you got to do more of it.
But I think, nice left to the body. The knees just buckling. Of Phillips there. He's starting to unravel. This is good work. A menacing look to the work of Suleiman.
He's done well, Phillips.
He really has. The toughness shown by the Liverpudlian.
2.5 rounds ago, I thought, how is he going to get through this? And he's literally 4 minutes away from seeing the final bell. I don't know how.
And look, knackered. He's just managed to weather the storm again. Get himself back.
Someone's got to go again. The real top fighters just go again and again and again.
Yeah, the gameness, the toughness shown by Phillips, so commendable. It really is. He's trying, isn't he? He's trying to survive. He's trying to let his hands go. Suleiman, you do feel he's let his opponent off the hook there. But I think, look, we're not asking something of Suleiman that we don't believe he can do. We've seen him go through the gears, so I think he'll probably sit down and watch this afterwards and think, yep, the guy's all right. Just a bit more work required as I go through the levels in this sport. But it's there, he can do it.
That with anybody, literally anybody. He's brilliant. But it's experience as well. Again, experience against first proper 8 round, the first proper fight. I've been really impressed with him. I just want to see more, a little bit more.
If he were, there's that beautiful step back and the left counter. If he was to get the stoppage in this final round, the 8th round, or that very good opening round that he had, what option do you think he'd prefer?
I think
first round stoppage or an 8th round
I think they'll go through the 8 rounds. I think they'll go through the 8 rounds. Yeah, I think they'll be over the moon. He's going to do very well to get this fella out there in the last round. Like you say, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. He'll be trying his best to get through. And he deserves it, and I really hope he does now. I really hope Brian Phillips sees the final bell. But it's been a great 8 rounds for him.
Yeah.
But just for me,
10 seconds.
talking as a fan, you want to see stoppages. You know, if you want to get the big cars and Eddie's watching
Seconds
this,
out for the 8th and final round.
Yeah. But he's very, very good though. He's a joy to watch. I enjoy watching him.
Yeah, it would be sickening if Phillips was to get stopped in this 8th round. He's really had a go, shown so much toughness.
How many last round stoppages did you have in your career?
Me? I don't think I had any, to be fair.
I had 0. I think they're rare, aren't they?
I didn't carry my power late. Lack of power that I had anyway. Good work behind that. Lead right hand, doubling up the right hook, sorry. Started high, finished low. I think you asked for that a couple of rounds ago, Dave. Yeah. He's starting to turn the screw a little bit here, Suleiman. He looks desperate for this stoppage. Will Phillips survive? A couple of those look low from Suleiman. Back comes Phillips with a straight right to the body, creeping forward. Game as they come. He really is, and I've said this before.
I think the danger is when Phillips punches. That's the hard thing for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
The danger is when he punches himself.
I think you've called it a brilliant gatekeeper, if you like, for area and English title level, Phillips. And I don't want to be disrespectful there because he's fought at a higher level, but been out the ring for a while. He's aging now, well, slightly aging. He's been around, but there's going to be plenty of fights there, and he's a
great fight for anybody. any upcoming kid, any area title fight. Imagine we're a fella of around, like, Sullivan's a top class prospect. Imagine Phillips with another Brian Phillips, 2 Brian Phillips.
Oh, what a fight. Well, with the inclusion or the world of AI now, you could see it. I'd like to see 2 Dave Allen's fight.
I'd like to see Brian Phillips not box southpaw. I don't think he's natural southpaw.
Is he just trying to nullify and stop Sullivan letting his hands go, lands a nice left to the body?
He gets his hand. He doesn't half go like orthodox fast.
He does. Good work though. He's starting to up the tempo slightly. A nice straight right to the body, going through the gears. But back comes Phillips. Just over 45 seconds to go in the final round.
He's made Sullivan work hard, to be fair, though. He has made him work hard.
And we said it, didn't we, early on? He's going to have learnt loads from this.
Definitely. I think this has been worth more than the other 7 put together.
Oh, just pushing off with the shoulder there, Sullivan.
He does some fantastic things. He's really, really talented, isn't he?
Yeah. As we see there, nice combination, 3 shots. Again, finishing with the right uppercut. An unorthodox way to finish a combination. But he does it so well, and it's been impressive. It has. I know we haven't seen the stoppage. At times you feel like he could have let his hands go a little bit more, but it's been a classy display, and they trade shots in this final round. Blood streaming from the nose of Phillips, who's been as game as they come throughout this contest. But Sullivan will get his arm raised in a massive learning fight against one of the gamest opponents you'll find in Brian Phillips. Been out of the ring for 2 years. But a good fight.
I thought it was brilliant from both. Thought they both did the job fantastically well. How would you score it, Dan? Are you going to give Phillips a share of a round or not? 80-73, maybe give him the 3rd round?
Yeah, 2nd and 3rd were closer, weren't they?
I hope he gives him a share of a round.
Ah, look at him going. Look at that. That heart and courage from Phillips after the shots he'd taken from Sullivan. But yeah, the class at Sullivan's at time was so impressive, wasn't it? The counter-punching, the speed, the accuracy, so much to work with, Dave.
Yeah, I think Sullivan's really good, really good. It'll be interesting. The lightweight division really strong at the minute. It'll be interesting who they're going to put him with next.
Yeah, that is a very good question. That's 2 8-rounders now in the bag for Sullivan. Perhaps 1 or 2 more before going into 10-rounders. But a very good display nonetheless from both there. But let's hand over to David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds here in Birmingham, we go to referee Ryan Churchill's scorecard. It reads 80-72. For your winner, he's still undefeated, Ibrahim Spider Suleiman.
Yep, Suleiman moves to 8-0. And a real good.
Let's get a nice round of applause out here for Brian Phillips also.
Did he say he needs to stop or start watching you, Brian Phillips? So Brian Phillips, as he leaves the ring there, just looks at Dave and says, I need to stop watching you. But very, very good display from Ibrahim Suleiman. Showed us a bit of everything. Yes, probably could have gone through the gears a little bit at times, but he beat, you'd have to say, his toughest test on paper, and he did that in style.
Yeah, I thought Sullivan was really good. I really enjoy watching him. He's textbook at times, at other times he's a bit flashy. He's good.
I'm just looking at the body language there from Suleiman. He looks a little bit, I don't know, nonchalant, doesn't look too bothered, no real smiles. I think that shows he's a perfectionist. So we like to see that. But we're ready to crack on. And we've got a brilliant fight coming up for you. As David Diamante just leans over the ropes here. We'll be handing over to him shortly. But yeah, people start to take their seats here in the venue. We're starting to liven up. We're not far off tonight's 7 p.m. main card. But let's head back over to David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stay in the 130-pound division. Now making his way to the ring, Elias Federico Duguet.
Well, here is the tough Elias Duguet, 25-year-old from Monte Grande, the capital, Buenos Aires in Argentina. He actually won the vacant WBC B Contour lightweight title last time out, beating Elias Paredes over 10 rounds. So there's experience here. There's know-how. There's wins on this record, 7 of them. Only 1 defeat, 1 draw. I've seen him around the hotel. He's looked unfazed, not bothered. Lots of smiles and laughter from his team.
And now entering the arena, Giorgio Vizioli.
Well, here is Guildford's Giorgio Vizioli. 7 fights, 7 wins, 6 inside the distance, not put a foot wrong at all. And he has looked so spiteful, so menacing, so exciting in these early stages of his career. So much to like about this young man. Buckle your seatbelt, do not blink when this man fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the BP Pulse Arena here in Birmingham. On DAZN, we are set to go with our next bout of the evening, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. We're sponsored tonight by Betfred, Drip, Riyadh Season, Tom Insurance, That Prize Guy, Victory Live, and Everlast. Introducing your third man in the ring at the sound of the bell, from Wolverhampton, referee Ryan Churchill. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the white and silver. He's scaled 9 stone, 6 pounds, 5 ounces. Professional record, 7 victories, 1 defeat, 1 draw, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Peleando desde Buenos Aires, Argentina, Elias Federico Duguet. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the navy with silver trim. He scaled 9 stone, 7 pounds, bang on. Young professional record thus far perfect, 7 fights, 7 victories, 6 of his 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Aldershot, Hampshire, the young, undefeated Giorgio Vizioli.
Okay, guys, you both know the rules. When I say break, you stop boxing, take a step back immediately. Protect yourselves at all times. You've got 8 rounds, touch gloves.
8 contests for Giorgio Vizioli. 6 of those, as we say, coming by stoppage. The 2-time ABA champion in with Elias Duguet from Argentina.
For the first round.
He's been very, very impressive, hasn't he, Dave Allen? He's been sparring with Ahara Davis for this one. He did a bit travelling, sparring around gyms, learning his trade.
I think he's very good, yeah. I think he's one of the best prospects in British boxing, actually. If you went for Pat Brown, I'd say he's number 1.
Doesn't it show you the difference between the 2 sports? Well, I say the 2 sports, the 2 of them, amateur and professional, never stopped anyone in his amateur game, and the way he's punching through the shots, through the target, so impressive.
He won his last ABA title at super lightweight as well. He's
so
very
quick.
good. I think the Argentinian is doing a bit of box rec warrioring, and he can look after himself. This is a good fighter, yeah. Good fighter. He's tough. His only stoppage defeat was up at super light as well. This is a catch weight between super feather and lightweight. So interesting.
Yeah, and that defeat 18 months ago against now 8-0 Johan Orozco. That was in the 8th round, went 10 round last time. So it is a step up. You could say in some ways, you know, a foreign opponent. Obviously, Kane Baker last time and destroyed Baker in the 4th round. Very, very good. Before that, Francisco Lucero in 5 on the Lidard, Ozzy undercard. The 3rd 8th rounder for Visioli, who's on the front foot, letting that lead right hand go with such speed, always looking for the counter. If you, honestly, if you throw something sloppy, you can guarantee you will be countered. We mentioned that lead hand with the first 2 guys on before the bell. Maybe perhaps neglecting the jab. We're not seeing that from Visioli. Good variation with the shot as well, up and down.
I've been very quiet. I've just been watching him there very intently. A few things I like about him. 1, he jabs. 2, he feints. And 3, he's not doing a great deal, but he's pushing the other guy back anyway. He's not getting pushed back. He's not getting forced to work harder than he wants to. He's controlling the pace. He's controlling everything.
And he doesn't waste anything, does he? You know, if he throws a shot, he makes sure it's delivered properly.
Yeah.
Just looking to skip to side. Good work, looking for the openings, using the angles. But Duguet's on the back foot. He looks fine, he looks composed.
He's a good fighter, the Argentinian. You can tell. He knows what he's doing, don't he?
Yeah, he looks comfortable. As we said,
tough as well.
Yeah, very tough. Winning record, 10 last time out. Good pedigree. Just having a look, Visioli. Good, solid opening round for the...
London life is all about living with differences. The opposites that attract, the riddles, the paradoxes, the exceptional and the contradictory. They're part of who we are. They make London what it is. You can feel it in the air. Cypress and Grapevine, Joe Malone, London.
He's not using physical strength to do it. That's how good he is. I like that.
Exactly like an Usyk would do. You know, he's not bullying you. I mean, you shared the ring inspiring with Usyk.
Corners, 10
how
seconds.
draining is it, that pressure?
It's horrible, yeah, and it's not done by force or not taking nothing out of his only doing this. He's making this guy work hard. He's good, this fellow. He's good, yeah. And you know me.
Again, yes, very hard taskmaster.
I don't know why I'm like that, really.
Oh, perfectionist, and you need to be in the sport.
I think since I became like a bit of a boxing coach myself, you see things differently.
Oh, good work though from Visioli, going through the gears there, changing the levels with the shots. Duguet's again, he looks comfortable, he looks composed, doesn't look hurt at all.
He's a good opponent again, I think. Let's get him in with Brian Phillips.
Yeah, good shout.
What do you think Visioli's a lightweight or a super featherweight though?
I think lightweight, still a young man. I don't think there's point going to a division that you're going to outgrow. And he could outgrow super feather. I mean, if he was to drop down, I don't think there's any need for it. I think he's a decent sized lightweight. Carries power, obviously, as we've seen in the past. He's quick.
It's good because he lands these shots, and a lot of people get excited, land a good shot, and they go and just go wild and throw 6, 7, 8, and 9. But he's just breaking it down, isn't he?
Yeah, and his ability to counterpunch is so impressive because the shots come from all angles. It's not the predictable, just your backhand shot over a lazy jab. You know, he'll fire shots to the body, through the middle. Blistering hand speed, it really is. And you know, I really believe that speed, not just of hands, but feet's reaction is what elevates you, certainly in the lower weights, to that next level.
He's trying with that right hand.
Yeah, Duguet's
really trying with it.
Overhand right, just taking the sting out of the shot, keeping that left hand nice and high, Visioli, as the shot does leave from Duguet's.
What I like Visioli is he's never the same height for long. He's never in the same position for long. He's never the same. His head's always in a different position. He's bending his knees.
Yeah, he changes the levels, as you say. He's always feinting, always trying to find the openings, trying stuff all the time. But whilst he does that, he's never making mistakes.
And you know what? He takes your feet out of distance, but he don't take them too far out. He's only a little bit out of distance, then he's straight back on top of you.
And again, like a Lomachenko would do, there's constant pressure. They'll make you miss and they're on you again.
Do you know the best footwork I ever faced? Vladimir Klitschko.
Really?
It was suffocating. He was just never left you alone. Incredible.
Yeah, very, very good footwork.
Yeah, like that distance, would he put it straight back on top of him again?
He needs to be careful with that Duguet's. Going a bit wild with that overhand right. You'll be made to pay for that. Good work with the left hand from Visioli to the body. Took a big step back there and a gulp of hair. Duguet's has another right to the body, just round that lead left elbow. Another good round, patient round. This too sure exactly what that title means, but nonetheless, he's won it over 10 rounds. He's certainly come here to try and upset the local the favourite here in Giorgio Visioli, but not been given the opportunity at all to get any kind of foothold in this early stages of this contest. Triple jab to the body there. You feel at any moment he's going to throw that left hand upstairs. Good work, just looking for that right to the body. Good movement though, up and down from Duguet.
He's got this Argentinian, isn't he?
Yeah, nice jab and left hand upstairs, right hand upstairs, sorry, from Duguet. Did have a good win, Duguet, against a 12-0 then Alfredo Soto, who's now actually 15-1, so that was the only defeat for Soto. 10 of his wins coming by stoppage. That was March last year, so you can produce the upset.
Yeah, I think this Dogu, I think offensively he's pretty average, but he can certainly look after himself.
Yeah,
he's strong and tough,
and this will be interesting if he can start finding the target and letting shots go and try and unsettle Giorgio Visioli, who's had things all his own way so far in his first 7 fights as a professional. If he can try and kind of, although he's only 25, old man Visioli, it starts to get interesting.
Yeah, he starts to take a bit more of an interest now, and he started to try and push Visioli back, so it's something different for him.
Yeah, feint from the Argentinian. Nice head movement, just avoiding that lead hand, missing wildly though with the left. Again, needs to be careful of that. But he's never allowed anyone in his first 7 fights, Visioli, to growing into the fight.
This fella's starting to have a little bit of a go, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is.
That's why I say it. You know, it would be interesting. 7-1-1 Duguet's.
And Duguet's has got a bit of amateur background. Went on box track. He's got 6 amateur fights on there listed. Club bouts in Argentina. Can you believe it? Box track. What a wonderful website. What a wonderful place that is.
Incredible.
You can find out anything on there.
Little working man's club.
Yeah, an Argentinian's working man's club. Unbelievable, isn't it? But I wouldn't say he's getting into it. He's not having much success because Visioli's reflexes are good. But
well, it's a better round.
Starting to fancy it, I think. Starting to fancy having a go, maybe.
Yeah, look, this third round certainly the best for Duguet's. He's having a go. I think he's had a look in those first 2 rounds, but the speed again, that little step back, looking to lead with that right uppercut. Visioli looking spiteful, switched on when given the opportunity. It's starting to get a little interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, last up on Before the Bell, this man here, Aaron Bowen, on the pads there, Bashani Singh. I have to say that, I don't know if you ever see the fight, Aaron Bowen versus James Todd. It has to be the best fight I've ever watched on Before the Bell.
Yeah, I did watch it, yeah. It was a good fight.
Fantastic fight.
Probably too good for Bowen's liking at that stage of his career, I imagine. But I'll tell you something about Bowen. What a striking young man he is.
Yeah.
I've seen him the other day, so I've never seen anyone that looks like you ever
Corners,
before.
10 seconds.
In what way?
Just I've never, I don't know, I've never seen anyone that looks like him before. Yeah.
Seconds out, round 4.
Me and him didn't know what I meant either. It was great.
I think you're a bit like that as well. I've never seen anyone.
I'll take that.
I mean, again, I mean, you've said this.
It was a compliment.
The human trick.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's a compliment, yeah.
Yeah, I am as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Back to this one. 4th round.
Do you think these two look as big as Sullivan? Sullivan looks like a division above these, though.
Probably height-wise, but I think that I think Visioli looks more muscle-bound to me.
Yeah.
I say muscle-bound, but a little bit more chiseled.
Thicker set.
Yeah.
Visioli's grandmother apparently is a big fan of mine, so shout out to her. Hello. You're in the crowd, so you can't hear me right now, but if you watch this back, hello to you.
One of many Dave Allen fans.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah, hands high from Duguet. Just gets pushed back onto the ropes there. Nothing clean getting through the guard, but good work, good defense.
When I'm watching this, you think this fella's hard as nails. Who stopped him in Argentina? Who was he? What's it called? Orozco, the Spaniard, sorry.
Yeah, the Spaniard Orozco.
He must be decent.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Well, now 8-0 Orozco. Trying to draw out that lead. You can see Visioli just tapping with that lead hand, and again, Duguet's looking for that right hook. You've got to be a bit cuter than that with the shots, with the speed of reaction, the defense that Visioli has. I think some of the better work that he's produced, Duguet, is when he's targeting the body with the straight shots first, then works back upstairs. Oh, lovely left uppercut. Just getting a little close to the target there, Visioli, but he looks physically strong, doesn't he? Visioli, in comparison to some of the other fights, really starting to mature now.
Yeah, there's a lot of quality. A lot of quality, yeah, very good. I think his Argentinian is decent. Offensively, he's not great, but he knows what he's doing, and defensively, he's clever with it.
Yeah, I agree. He's
a bit of a swinger, isn't he?
Yeah, he does let his hands go a little wild at times, and that does suit Visioli, who's razor sharp, as we've said numerous times, with his reactions. But yeah, knows how to look after himself. You see that little step back out of range, keeps his hands high.
I want us to just see a feint in between that. You know, if you then feint and then go off the feint instead. This Argentinian's going to set some unraveling.
Oh, that's good accuracy with that left hand from Visioli, dropping too low. Shots is catching Duguet, who takes them well. But again, the speed and the accuracy, very, very eye-catching from Visioli. Back comes Duguet, though. Just missing with that right hand. But he's grown into this contest. A better round, though, from Visioli. Really finished the round strong.
Yeah, that was a good round, Visioli, there. Good round. Back in control.
And that's so important, isn't it? You know, knowing how to manage the rounds, manage fights. And it was a better round, wasn't it, a couple of rounds ago from Duguet, but then Visioli just gained control again. Tonight, Galal Yafai Alexis Rodriguez will be in this ring, the interim WBC title, as we see that double left hand from Visioli. Beautiful combination, Dave.
Yeah, the Argentinian fella, he took them because you can see him coming. You know, so he's
Corners,
turned
10
away, he's
seconds.
gone, yeah, I'll have them, I'll take them. Can't get out of the way of them. 4 rounds left.
Seconds out, round 5.
Stoppage points, where do you think it's going?
I think, as you said, he looks a very capable fighter, Duguets, and I think if he was to get the stoppage, as Johan Orozco did, I think it would be a very, very good win. Because right now you would think he...
Orozco in at 10-2, you know.
Pardon?
Orozco weighed 10-2 when he boxed Duguets. I think these weighed in at 9-7 yesterday, which may explain that result.
Yeah. But he's looking to hold the centre of the ring here. Duguets, good work with that lead hand though from Visioli. Brilliant variation with the shots, and you just see there, just as Duguets goes to mount an attack, the speed of foot so impressive, just gets the young man out of trouble. Good work though, nice right to the body.
That was nice, that.
Yeah.
You made me cringe in my seat, that one. You got him right above the belt line, didn't it? Made me cringe.
Yeah, those straight shots to the body, horrible. Yeah, they really are. And at times he does lean back to avoid shots. Visioli, that body stays where it is, so he can keep trying to throw those straight shots to the body. Could have more success. He misses with the wide hooks, doesn't he, upstairs?
Visioli tried catching that back on there. Did you see that? He tried catching it and he took his hand off his chin. That's a bit dangerous, I thought. Because this fella just swings his shots. That right into the body was the only shot he threw correctly all night, I think.
Good footwork again from Visioli. Step back jab. He did it again there with the uppercut with the left hand.
When punching and swinging, I just try and keep my hands by my chin, by my face, because I don't know where they're coming from. Safer just have them by your face than it's to try and catch them, because you have no idea
when
where
you throw the shot.
No, when they are.
Well, when they are.
I'm not bothered what they do when I throw, because I do swing my punches in.
I'll tell you what, you have a real knack of throwing that overhand right and staying out of trouble. You keep the head low, don't you? You can really go over the top of the shot. But
I try and put my chin inside my actual shoulder. Weird.
Right.
So I don't know, I'm double jointed.
Good work though from Visioli there. Take the shots on the guard. Did Duguets, nice. Changing of the levels there, stabbing the jab into the body, Visioli. Good flurry of shots, 3 shots. That up the tempo a little bit.
I always wonder as well, as a fan, how much notice is this Argentinian fella had for this fight? Because he looks fit, don't he?
I think there was a change of opponent, but he's had at least a couple of weeks. Lands a nice right hand there.
Don't he? Would you say it's starting to break him up a little bit?
Yeah, and I think there's been an increase, ever so slightly, of work from Visioli. You can hear Sonny Edwards in the corner, along with Mark Tibbs. Steve Waters as well, former coach of the Repton. Very experienced team. Kerry Kays as well. It's in good hands is Visioli. Have a look at these highlights from that previous round. Started up the tempo, didn't he, Dave?
Yeah, I think Duguets is starting to feel the pace a little bit now. We are 5 rounds in. Like I say, we're not sure what notices he has had. It was dangerous for them swings. You know, I think Visioli's doing the right things. He's not getting caught. He's not getting hit. He's winning the rounds. But again, like I said earlier, I'd like to see him up the pace now, go through the gears.
Yeah, and I think that's the only thing missing, really, because we see some, in the highlights there, changing some angles, trying different things. You know, he's not been the same as he's tried.
I just think up close there.
Corners,
this
10
is pro boxing.
seconds.
Got to do something.
Yeah.
Got to work hard.
Well, will he up the pace, Visioli?
Seconds out, round 6.
But in the 6th round, he hasn't put a foot wrong so far against a good opponent, as we pointed out, in Elias Duguet. Keeps his hands nice and high. He offers a fair bit in offence when he keeps his shot straight. That's nice work, though, with that left hand. 1st and 3rd from Visioli. Leaning back managing to take the sting out of the shots, isn't he, Duguet, so far in this 6th round. Just to say, so far in the fights we've seen on Before the Bell this evening, very good matchmaking.
Yeah, but some good opponents, very good opponents. Yeah, tough. This fella for me, the best of the lot. I think so far. I think he's pretty good actually.
Well, same as Brian Phillips, winning record.
We're talking about Visioli boxing for British and European titles, I think, at the press conference the other day. So, head clash.
Heads coming together there. You mentioned title level.
How far off is he off the current British champion?
Well, look, this is the 3rd 8th rounder. You'd assume they're stepping up.
English title next, maybe.
You know.
I think that's being fought for tonight. Yusuf Kamari and Louis O'Doherty, I think, at your call. So good fighters.
Yeah.
You know, when you start against that English title level, British title level, they're very good fighters. That's at lightweight, though.
But we know that, don't we? Once you get to a level, you can't then go back down. So they've got to pick their timings correctly. But looking good so far, Giorgio Visioli.
It's difficult though, going from this to someone that really is fighting back. That's why the last fight was good, because someone's actually had someone have a go at him now. This fella's having a go now and again, but it's not enough, is it?
You feel though that the more the opponent of Visioli would let their hands go, with the speed that he has and the ability to counterpunch with such ease, would suit the young man.
Yeah.
But I look forward to seeing that. This is good work from Visioli. Nice little skip to his right-hand side there, looking for the left to the body. Very, very quick hands. Who's got the quicker hands, in your opinion? Visioli or Sullivan?
I think Sullivan puts his shots together better, but I think Visioli maybe more quality in his work when not punching.
Yeah, lots of feints in it again there from Visioli. He's looking for a long right hook, trying to look and set up that shot to the body.
Sometimes opponents can be so misleading. Visioli, Brian Phillips, and then put Sullivan with this fella. You don't know, do you? You know, it's hard. I do think this fella is really, really decent, the Argentinian. I'd like to see him back again. He's one of them you'd like to see back again.
Yeah, again, I think all of the opponents have earned their money and showed their worth this evening, and yeah, I'd like to see them all back for sure.
Yeah, this fellow might be a good opponent for Sullivan. Up at 9-9 as opposed to 9-7.
I agree.
Corners, 10
in
seconds.
Great shape, Visioli, really starting to physically mature.
How old is he, Darren?
Seconds out, round
22 years
7.
old.
22. Wow.
Well, 2 more left of this one. On Before the Bell, Visioli, Duguet.
I'm not pushing as much to want to see a stoppage in this fight as I think this Argentinian. I do think he's good. He's pretty clever. He's got good reflexes as well. He gets out of the way of the shots. And when he was over there in round 2, I think it was, and Visioli backed him up, and he was just changed his height. You saw it, didn't you? I saw you nodding away. He was changing his height as Visioli was coming in. He was bobbing up and down, and I like it. I'm not going to see a stoppage here. Hopefully the Bowen fight, I think, should be an exciting one though.
They all are. That's one thing for sure. Whenever Aaron Bowen gets in the ring, it's great entertainment, as was that passage of boxing there from Visioli. Good, classy, snappy shots. Very, very good variation, Visioli, hasn't he?
I think he does everything good. I think he's very good. He's had a lot of stoppages, punch power tonight. You'd say, is he a massive puncher?
I think it's more speed and accuracy, placement, walking opponents onto shots. We've seen that in the past.
Beautiful shot. This fella is tough.
Yeah, really, really, really tough. And smart as well, just back in Visioli into the neutral corner there. A couple of foot feints.
I like Visioli. I like what he does. Where he doesn't spend too much time on the back foot, though. Really, he knows he doesn't need to. It'd make a what has been a pretty easy night pretty hard if he got backed up. I think he's really, really clever.
Oh, good work. Good right to the body. Back comes Duguets though with a jab. Looking to let his hands go a little bit more, Dave.
You was a boxer, Darren. You was a boxer, weren't you, really?
Yeah.
That was your style.
Yeah.
When you boxed the genuine opponents, would you back them up and try and get them out of there, or would you let them walk onto you? Or
I think that come with experience. I think early on I was still in an amateur mode where I was picking the shots. This is good work though. The knees slightly buckled of Duguets, but comes back with an overhand right that shows to me that he wasn't hurt. But good work. Up in the tempo here, Visioli. Looking for that left hand, straight through the middle, then look for an uppercut. Little bounce in the step of Visioli, who lands another screw shot with that left hand. Looking a little menacing here as he walks forward. But there's the clapper for the 10 seconds, and he's heard that Visioli. He's got to work. The best passage, you'd say, as far as excitement's concerned from Visioli there. But yeah, in answering your question, going back to that, I think early on you're learning that. I think certainly I was headhunting a lot in the early stages, working the body a little bit more, but I think, you know, I started to understand that you got to up the tempo, and that's exactly what Visioli started doing there in that round, Dave.
As a top amateur like Visioli and yourself, all amateur experience, big difference you think then between amateur and pro? Because myself, I had 10 amateur fights, so I was inexperienced overall. Do you think turning pro is that much difference and you needed that much more time?
Yeah, firstly, because certainly, as you see with Duguets, your opponents slow down slightly. The work's not as frequent. They're probably a little heavier-handed, are the opponents in comparison to amateurs. It's all about progression. It's all about learning and managing rounds, as we say. This is the third eighth rounder for Visioli, and I'm sure he'll be a better fighter for completing the 8 rounds again. There's so much talent there. That's certainly something that he has brought from the amateurs. Bundles of ability. Yeah, 8th round. And it's been a good display. But a display that Duguets can be proud of as well. You know, he's never really been that troubled, you'd say.
No. I think all
miss him with an overhand right, and he was lucky there because he pounced on him, Visioli, looking for a right hook. Nice left there, right downstairs. Tell you what, the hand speed hasn't faded at all from Visioli. Still razor sharp in this final round. Just slipping on the outside of that left.
He just changes his height and his shape all the time. Just must be a nightmare to box.
Yeah, to catch cleanly.
And in front of you all the time as well,
always.
While also never really being there either.
Yeah, that pressure, very impressive. Good work again. Really throwing the shots through the middle now. The uppercuts, got to keep those elbows tucked in. Duguets does that there. Just takes that left uppercut on the gloves.
He has started to feel the pace a bit, Duguets, hasn't he?
Yeah, I'd say he has, yeah.
Feel it, yeah.
And I think it is that, you know, we mentioned the pressure of an Usyk, a Lomachenko, what it does to you physically and mentally, so draining, and we're seeing that, as you rightly so, Dave. Oh, left hand! Beautiful shot from Giorgio Visioli in this final round.
6,
fantastic
7,
shot, and the Argentinian just leans on the ropes.
He's got really tired really fast, hasn't he?
Wow, that was a fantastic shot from the young man, and we've seen what a spiteful finisher Visioli can be, and he's really pouncing all over Duguets. A flurry of shots. He's stuck in the neutral corner. The referee is coming close.
Gotta go to the body. Got to go to the body. Has to.
Well, he just
hook to the body. That left hook to the body
shows he carries that power late, dropping Duguets in this final round. A fantastic shot, and he's done well, Duguets, hasn't he, to weather the storm. Still 40 seconds to go in this final round. Can he close the show in style? It's been a very good display of boxing. Nice lead right uppercut from Visioli.
Yeah, he just boxed him into submission. Been really good.
Yeah, and he's in survival mode now, hands low, just moving, trying to stay out of trouble. Good work to the body, that uppercut again. Such a dangerous shot.
Again, you can rope and he gets through it.
Oh, good work again. You think he's too close to his opponent. Oh, just looking away. Good work with the left hand again. He's really, really struggling here, Duguetz. You feel at any moment a flurry of shots, and that could be all she wrote. Just avoiding that lead hand, and he does hear the final bell, Duguetz. You have to say fair play because he's done well for 7 rounds, but it was a very good display from Visioli. He closed the show in style in that final round. A very good performance, Dave Allen.
Brilliant, yeah, brilliant. He never got away from his boxing, broke him up.
Look at that shot, fantastic left hand, and you can see the damage he's done. He struggled to get up, Duguetz, obviously through fatigue, but look at this, Dave, fantastic left hook from the youngster. Speed, power, accuracy.
I'm glad he got through, Duguetz. Thought he deserved to get through, did really well. I looked up in the last round, looked at him, thought he's getting really tired.
Yeah, fantastic display, respect there, Visioli. But let's hand over to Diamante for the verdict.
After 8 rounds here in Birmingham, we go to referee Ryan Churchill's scorecard. It reads 80-71 for your winner. He's still undefeated, Giorgio Visioli.
Yeah, Visioli gets his arm raised. Very, very good display, and a display that Duguetz can be proud of, that we mentioned. Survived in that last round. Fantastic shot from Visioli, dropping the Argentinian, the WBC Fenconzur champion. Respect shown, but that was a good display, a good learning fight, a very good win. And there's the team: Kerry Kay, Sonny Edwards, Mark Tibbs, Steve Waters, and Anto as well, manager. Very, very good performance from this young man who will push on. It'll be interesting, as we pointed out, where does he go next? What does he go next? But we're gonna push on with our final contest, Aaron Bowen. Let's hand back over to David Diamante.
And the action continues with an 8-round middleweight attraction, making his way to the ring, Mikola Volk.
And here is Mikola Volk, Romanian, but born in Ukraine and lives in Germany. 15 wins, 7 losses. He made his debut back in 2015. Actually made a flying start to his pro career. He won his first 7, stopping 6 of them. Those 7 fights, they came in the months between August and December, so he was busy, very, very busy. 34 years old, in with Aaron Bowen.
And now entering the arena, the undefeated young charge from Coventry, Aaron Bowen.
And here is Coventry's very popular and very exciting Aaron Bowen. 5 wins, no losses. 3 of those victories have come inside the distance. All action, non-stop. Exciting Aaron Bowen.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Birmingham, England, live on DAZN, we are set to go with a special middleweight attraction, and it's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. Introducing your 3rd man in the ring at the sound of the bell, from Newark, A-star referee, Mr. Kevin Parker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears blue with white trim. Official weight, 11 stone, 9 pounds, 5 ounces. His professional record, 15 wins, 7 defeats, 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Nuremberg, Germany, Mikola Volk. Volk. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the blue corner. He wears gray with white trim. Professional record perfect, 5-0, 3 knockouts. Here is the former 5-time amateur national champion fighting out of Coventry, Aaron Bowen. Bowen.
Gents, you both know the rules. I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Thank you.
Out in number 6 for Coventry's popular, exciting Aaron Bowen. In with Germany's Mikola Vok.
For the first round.
Vok straight into Aaron Bowen. Aaron Bowen, no stranger to excitement. As we mentioned, that fight against James Todd, an absolute classic on Before the Bell.
He's come to have a go, Darren, this fella. Didn't expect that. I saw the Sports Direct Lonsdale shorts, and I thought, he's going to run away for 8 rounds, is it? No, he's not. Bloody hell.
No, he's coming to win this one for sure, and he comes into this contest with a winning record. As we say, 15 wins, 7 losses, only been stopped 3 times.
He's only had 3 fights in the last 6 years though, but he's not been stopped. 7-0, 9-0, 11-0, if my memory serves me right, so.
Yeah, Vok, as I say, had a very good start, winning his first 7, stopping 6 of them. Then his first loss come in 2016. So then 2-0, Philip Nunsingi. Then he won 5 again on the spin, and then things started to sort of unravel for him, but he does have 9 stoppages from those 15 wins. That's a nice right to the body, seemed to trouble Vok slightly. And a left to the body, yeah, very accurate. We know about the pedigree of Bowen. Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, Dave.
He's got to box him for a bit. This fella's going to blow up. Just got to box him for a round or 2, and he'll get him out of there, I think.
Yeah, and that bronze that he won in the Commonwealth Games just next door here in Birmingham. Very, very good fight with Taylor Bevan. Stole the show.
I don't like Bowen putting his head on, going head to head. He's that big and tall.
That was good work there. Right uppercut, left hook, then drop the left to the body.
He's got to stay there and jab. Oh, got caught himself there. There, that jab. What's the point in going? What's the point in going chest to chest? What's the point?
They've actually done some sparring since they've both been pro, Taylor Bevan and Aaron Bowen, and you'd pay to watch that. See his coach, Shani Singh, at the Haringey Box Cup with their fighter, Ofi Vari, winning the gold medal for the Box Smart Elite Club. And he was saying, yeah, brilliant sparring. But developing nicely, Aaron Bowen. Has a good pedigree, but he has that fire, doesn't he? He always wants to excite his adoring fans, Aaron Bowen.
That for me is better there, long and straight.
Yeah, he's tall. And
I don't know why he's getting in the fight with this fella, I don't get it.
Oh, we like it. We like it as fans, don't we? I know.
I'd like if you're a coach for a bit, for 2 rounds, let him blow himself out, then knock him out.
Then go, yeah. There's that natural fire, aggression, and a real want to hurt his opponents. But when he does have the physical attributes that he does, as you pointed out, the height and reach, you'd like to see him use it just a little bit more, but a very, very good fighter. Go back to Shani Singh as well at the Haringey Box Cup, just pointing out that him and Taylor Bevan do have a common opponent in one Cachero, an opponent that Taylor Bevan stopped and Bowen went points with. Well,
corners,
Bowen in that contest gave away 12 pounds to Cachero, so a lot more difficult
seconds
of a
out,
task
round 2
for Bowen, who's obviously the middleweight Taylor Bevan flirting with super middleweight or light heavyweight, but into this second round we go. Vok, full of ambition here, as we say, comes into this one with a winning record, looking to land big shots, but the good, classy combinations. Well, with Bowen, who throws that left to the body so well.
He just leans in there, don't he? Just leans in. I think this Volk's quite strong, actually. He looks good handful, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
I judged him wrongly on the ring walk.
Because of his shorts?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, don't judge a book. Just walking onto a couple of shots there, though, from Aaron Bowen, who looks for that combination, throws that very well.
Keep him a touch longer there.
It was the left to the body that finished the epic fight between himself and James Todd. Definitely his best shot, and he throws it so well. Right uppercut, left hook, and then drops it to the body. Manages with that long reach to get round the opponent's elbow.
Lovely. He has got a good left hook to the body.
Looking for his own there, Vok. Just firing through a right uppercut and
good shot.
A left hand, but then back comes Bowen with a beautiful right uppercut. Yeah, that's better footwork from Bowen, just gliding out of range. Yep. Yeah, it's certainly there. We mentioned the pedigree. Boxed for England numerous times. Major tournament. Representative. So the know-how's there, but that fire that we like is also there. So there's a conflict. Vok just trying to show us he's not hurt, then firing back with a left to the body, just missing with the left hook upstairs. Yeah, good work again with that lead hand, just keeping it long. What you asked for, Dave.
I think he's much better there, much better. Because this fella he's strong, isn't he? Strong and tough and an handful. Good at boxing.
Yeah, his debut also was a fantastic one, Bowen. Stopped Mateo Gomez, and it was that same left that has troubled Vok here a couple of times. Troubled James Todd. It's the shot he's favouring here as they both let leather fly. 20 seconds to go in this second round. A couple of big deep breaths already there from Vok. Oh, 1-2 followed by the left to the body. Goes the other side with the right hand, but back comes Vok with the left of his own to the body. Heating up nicely, as they usually do. Aaron Bowen fights again, trying to let Bowen know he's not hurt. Finishing the round very strong there, and the respect shown. He's a character, Vok.
Yeah, another one that I would see back as well. But I'd like to see him back again.
Yeah.
He's on full, isn't he?
Yeah, just the time to get a little close, Bowen, but that's a nice left to the body. But
that's a good body shot, yeah.
The shot selection from Bowen, very, very good. Changing the levels with the shots there.
I think that's better there, like, better. He's not going to get it back. Like, leaning in there, why would you lean in with your head like that?
Yeah, always a danger. Head's coming close, and the last thing you want as a youngster who is in the novice stages of your pro career, you want to be active,
10
so
seconds.
cuts are exactly what you want to stay away from.
Seconds out, round 3.
I've been took out by an ice cube.
Was it an ice cube? I was a can. It really made me
jump. The fella in Volk's corner will be using the towel to wipe so clean, and he's absolutely launched an ice cube at me.
The referee just having a word with both fighters. There didn't seem like there was a great deal wrong between the two. Both trying to get stuck in. Maybe a little over-eager, but look, it's a big occasion for both here.
I think Bowen's trying too hard there, like he's wrestling and just box long, let the referee break you up, time up and let the referee break you up. We're wasting too much energy there, I think.
Good work again, that right
And then
uppercut
jab
left to
there.
the body. Looking for that right hook. Better control of the distance here from Aaron Bowen.
Miles better.
Loves
Just
to
got
fight.
to tie him up there. Just got to tie him up. He doesn't need to work unnecessarily there.
Big fan of Coventry City. Would love to fight the Rico Arena one day. As we're on the football, remember the Club World Cup live on DAZN. The mighty Chelsea, although we got bashed up yesterday, still in the competition. You catch all of that, as I say, live on DAZN. Good work. Again, dropping that left to the body from Bowen. He's not offering a great deal back now, is he? Vok, who takes another straight right to the body. This is good work from Aaron Bowen, starting to go through the gears, just taking a little step back. A nice 1-2. He looks uncomfortable to me, Dave Vok. Oh, there's a cut as well to the right eye.
Bowen's having a better round with boxing.
Yeah.
I think Bowen's defenses his feet up close. He doesn't really know what he's doing, so get your punch off, move your feet.
Yeah, there's a cut. You can see it's troubling Vok. That right eye. He's looking for a right hand, but
Bowen just keeps on top of him now. Jab, straight punches, moves his feet in between. This shouldn't last much longer.
yeah, I think look, there's still a minute to go in this round. He looks troubled. He looks jaded. And he takes another right hook, taking his time.
This shouldn't
Bowen,
last much longer.
but looking very, very uncomfortable. The Romanian now living in Germany.
He has to start using his feet more because he has no defence at all up close. He has to move
Working
his
the
legs.
body again with that left hand. 36
See,
seconds.
Bowen, handful Bowen, he's powerful man like, isn't he, but
Good work again, tucking up well though, Vok, but more shots raining in from the popular man from Coventry, Aaron Bowen. Just pushing back Vok. You just feel one more shot could be it. Again, a nice left to the body, 15 seconds to go. Looks very unsteady, Vok. Oh, another left to the body, a right hand over the top. Look at that cut, oh, another right hand.
I'd be pulling him out, this fella.
Yeah,
What's the point? Pull him
I
out.
don't think, I mean, I'm looking at the corner, they're holding the towel in the hand. Will they let their
What's the point?
man
He's taking up the
continue?
hiding. Pointless.
Well, they're working away on the cut.
Completely pointless exercise. He's not going to win the fight. And he's got a cut. What's the point?
Yeah, he's looking dangerous, Aaron Bowen, you see in there, just changing up the shots, the head and body.
I'm big believer in me. If you can't win the fight, you're getting beat up. What's the point of staying in there? What's the point? This fella's about 42 as well. What's the point? How old is he?
34.
34? I look off 33, don't I? He's tough, this bloke. I like him. I'd like to see him back because he's the trier, but he's getting a good idea, isn't
Bonus 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's under the cosh.
Seconds out, round 4.
Well, we do go into the fourth round, but he's under pressure. Is Mikola Vok, the Romanian, born in Ukraine, now living in Germany.
It's a nice shot.
And I don't think he's the kind of character that he's going to let his opponent off the hook, Aaron Bowen. I think he knows that his man's hurt. Good aggression on the front foot. You just feel it's a flurry of shots and it could be all she wrote. Tucks up well though, doesn't he, Vok? Keeps his hands nice and high, he can move,
yeah,
can stay out of trouble when he needs to.
And he's tough. Bowen's got to just put the jab on him. If he lets his shots go, the referee will stop it.
Very vocal though, in the Vok corner.
This needs stopping, I think, now.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of a beating here, Vok.
It needs stopping, really.
As you say,
they're going to stop it in about a round and a half time anyway, so why not just stop it now?
He's just not going to win this fight, as you say. This is good work, though.
The referee should just stop it.
About 5 or 6 unanswered shots, and he's gone back again. More
He just
work.
put the head in himself, so like...
There seems to be a little nick under the right eye, and there's a good body shot.
The referee's going to stop it in about 30 seconds time, and the last 2 minutes has just been a complete pointless waste of time.
Yeah, there's a little.
I hate to say him keeping him in. They're just keeping him in there too long. There's nothing to gain at all.
Under the right eye, little nick.
Nothing at all to gain.
You're right. Still.
He's 34 years of age.
1-2, left hook.
He's not going to put a few
right
shots
to the
together,
body.
it's over. 3 or 4 shots, going to put combinations together though.
Yeah, you feel at any
now
moment.
3 or 4, now 3 or 4.
The
It's
referee
over.
could jump in. I think he just wants an excuse to do so. He's backed into the neutral corner. He's keeping his hands nice and high. Nothing really creeping through. Credit to Volk. Looking for a 1-2 there, but big deep breaths. Blood streaming down that right eye.
Throw the towel in, man.
Completely second best. And the towel does come in exactly as you say it, Dave Allen. It's a good victory for Aaron Bowen, who moves to 6-0. Now 4 inside the distance. Had everything his own way there against Mikola Vok, and that, you have to say, a very good performance.
Himself, Bowen, I think. Has he got a cut?
Yeah, under the right eye. A little nick there. Perhaps went on a little longer than it needed to.
It's exciting, Bowen, I think. There've been some good fights for definite.
Yeah, that one thing for sure is he's going to be in some very exciting fights. But he didn't let Mikola Vok, in to this contest at all, and we see the finishing moments here. There's the towel, exactly when you said it. A right hook does go in, but the referee just didn't get in quick enough. Vok had seen the towel come in, nice right hand, and that was the shot that the corner and the referee both wanted. The final shot there, he didn't see the referee or the towel, did he, Bowen? And you can see arms aloft, what it means to him. All smiles, all round. Good outing there for Aaron Bowen. Aaron Bowen calling out Dave Allen there. I want you. Back to David.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kevin Parker calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes, 22 seconds of round number 4. Declaring your winner by TKO, he's still undefeated, Aaron Bowen.
Yeah, still unbeaten. Coventry's very popular, very exciting. Aaron Bowen with a very good win against the tough Romanian Mikola Vok, completely second best, but this man pushes on. Little nick under the right eye, but all smiles there. And remember tonight, a huge opportunity, a huge fight for the local hero, gold medalist from the Olympic Games, Galal Yafai.
Anyone with their head screwed on and that's clued up enough will know you have to train to get what you want. It's not just going to come to you. Pretty simple really, isn't it? Like anything in life, if I could avoid doing this and doing the hard bit, I would. But you just can't. See results, I have to do this. And I've seen the results for years, it works.
So Galal's really fit. So all we've been doing this morning is just lining up a session that's a little bit more like fight tempo, fight pace, where he's up and down, changing through the gears and making sure that he's ready to go now. So this might be 5 seconds, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, yeah? In a bout, you don't get to control the tempo all the time. Sometimes you've got to go with your opponent's tempo, and it just trains that ability for the body to keep up with the tempo he wants to push. You're going to have to weave and dodge as well. Right, you ready? Go, down. Game over.
How often would you do this?
Twice a week. Got to be done, knowing it. Feel better afterwards. I need to do the 12 rounds at a good pace. And I throw a lot of punches. If I need to be fit. Yeah. Hopefully I'm fit. Tell you first. Got to do it.
Is it convenient, innit? Literally over there, innit? I'll get 2 little brown sugars in it. Bit of cream as well. I'm good with the weight, you know. Don't get it on camera now, I don't get it. You know what it is? I need the fat, man. I need the fat.
Literally, I'm like a coffee snob now. I like to make my own, really. Hopefully become a barista after boxing. if I don't do any good.
What's life been like since the Sonny Edwards fight?
That is just a win, innit? Just a win.
Set to make his ring walk, Galal